What's going on, Feed the Beasters? JD here with the next episode of JD Plays Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. And yeah, we're back. Now we got a lot of stuff done in the last episode. We got all of these different Ender IO machines set up. And one of the things that I forgot to mention about the alloy smelter is, if you remember, once upon a time, we actually took and made some signalum using cyclic assembler and the magma crucible and yada yada yada. Well, another thing that the alloy smelter does for us is it allows us to make alloys like this much easier. We can just throw redstone, silver, and copper into the alloy smelter to make it in the appropriate ratios. So that helps out significantly with what we're trying to do. Okay, so that's good. That's very good. Now I've got a lot of stuff to do on today's to-do list. So let's jump right into that. And let me get it up here where I can see it as well. So one of the first things that I want to start working on today's to-do list is some energetic alloy. Now, energetic alloy is something that actually comes from Ender IO. And it's very simple stuff. It's glowstone mixed with gold ingots and redstone. So let's grab a little bit of that. We've got some gold ingots right here. We can get glowstone out of these lanterns. And probably the easiest way, we can always just break it ourselves. But if you don't want to take the time to do that, you could macerate it. You can pulverize it for 4. You can sag mill it, but don't sag mill it. There's a chance you won't get all 4 of them, and there's no reason not to get all 4 of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some of this stuff out. And I probably should have had this, ready to go before I started the episode, but I wasn't thinking about it, so bear with me, friends. I did end up getting my pulverizer upgraded to resonant, and it's now running 3 of the secondary output upgrades as well, so that's nice. I'm going to fix something here right quick, guys. Video settings, frame rate. Let's limit our frame rate to 70. Yeah, let's limit it. Yeah, 70 is good. Well, we'll do 60. There's no reason to really let it go any higher. Okay, so at this point, let's just start smashing all this down. Now you'll notice I don't have my MineFactory halo on me. MineFactory halo. So, alright, there we go. Now let's go back over here, and we want to throw glowstone in here. We also need some redstone, so let's run back over here. And that room back there, it's getting quite cluttered and clunky. We're going to need to clean it up soon. I've just continued to stick machines in there and stick machines in there, so all of this back here, I mean, you can see how it's already starting to chop out really nastily. All that needs to be cleaned back up. So let's throw in some redstone and finally some gold. And it's going to start pumping out some energetic alloy for us. And it's a little bit slow. It takes this thing a bit to work. The second thing on the to-do list is another alloy called vibrant alloy. So alloy. And this also comes from Ender IO. So does redstone alloy. And then those are the main ones. And redstone alloy we've used before, but it's just some redstone combined with silicon or silicon or whatever, and that gets us to being able to make our redstone conduit that we made way back when. Alright, so we've got one energetic alloy. It's cooking us up another right now, and what we want to use this energetic alloy for, and I'm going to go ahead and knock vibrant alloy off the list because we're going to be making some of that as well, but vibrant alloy is simply an energetic alloy combined with an ender pearl, and that's how we get vibrant. So what we're going to be using that for is these double-layer and respectively octadic capacitors. So we've been using these HV capacitors to store power. We use some basic capacitors to build some stuff. There's 2 more in Ender IO. They are the octadic and the double-layer. The double-layer takes 2 of these energetic alloys with 2 basic capacitors and a blazing electron tube. Okay, well, blazing electron tube, we should probably go ahead and get some of those made. So let's run downstairs to the farm. And oh gosh, I've been doing some experimentation. We don't even need to go to the farm. I forgot. Let's just grab these. I've been doing some serious experimentation, and I will show you guys all about it soon. Let's pull these out right quick. Oh, that's the wrong chamber. We need this one. Pull these out right quick. Apparently we had some more lapis tubes done. So electron tube is just some very simple blaze powders and redstone. No big deal. We will need to put some glass in here as usual and give it power. And by glass I mean sand, because I don't ever put glass. I usually just throw sand at it. And I think I should have sand right back here in one of these other chests. Right, here we go. So let's toss some sand up in there. There we go. Let that heat up. Once the heat rises, it'll melt the glass and we can start hammering out some of these. The Octadics are a little different. They take ender electron tubes, still glass. I mean, this takes endstone. And to get endstone, you know, it's a little early in the game. All you got to do is pour resonant ender over sandstone. Okay? Well, to do that, we'll need to put resonant ender into our fluid transposer. So we need 5 of those. Let me look at how much it was. I forgot. You're going to need 250 buckets. So it's 1 ender pearl per piece of sandstone. Okay? So let's go ahead and I do have ender pearls. Okay, I didn't think I had ender pearls on me. I'm sorry. So let's go ahead and throw 5 of these in here. And that's going to put these back over here. Now we don't need these handy dandy powders that we have on us here anymore. We don't need that blitz stuff in there any longer. So let's pour this out. Now what do we got going on here? There we go. We got some blazing electrons. And we're going to make a few of these, to be honest. Because these capacitors, they're kind of a big deal. They're kind of important to me. So I'm going to let a few of those get knocked out right quick. Alright. And what did I say? I used 5 of those last time. Let's do 5 more. And now we're going to need to get some sandstone. Well, sandstone's plenty simple. We want to make 10 of it. So let's get 10. And then let's just throw these in here. And it's going to start to pour the resonant ender over the sandstone. And ta-da, we have endstone. Okay, so we're going to leave that running for a minute while we come back over here and grab some of this stuff out. Now, if you remember, to get the energetic alloy, the vibrating alloy, we just need to get some silicon. So silicon, right here. I know I've got some, I just couldn't remember where. So right here, we got a couple right here already ready to go. Let's use our induction smelter to make these, because our alloy smelter is busy. And the induction smelter kind of almost is an alloy smelter, just not really. Okay, what happened there? Let's go back to capacitor, because I was pretty sure the recipe said we could do that for making these. I'm sorry, it's ender pearls. So I'm tired. There we go. So we'll let these 2 knock out, and that'll give us our vibrant. And we've already got our energetic, so that's good. And these are going to get dropped right down into here. So there's 1, there's 2. Alright, let's grab those. Bring them over here. And if you remember, we needed some Eye of Ender to go with that sandstone. So we're going to need some more ender pearls right here. And we're going to do 2 rounds, so we'll need 4 of them. So let's grab these and pop these in there and pull out 4 of these. Okay. I'm just going to keep the rest of these ender pearls on me for the moment. Let's run back over here. Is this done? Yeah. All right. So there's our 10 endstone. So if we open this back up now and swap these in, and then we take our endstone and pop these in, we'll pull out this last batch of these, and now we're going to start getting these ender alloys, or ender electron tubes. So we're going to grab all that out of there, and that gives us what we need to work with. Okay. We got some more of this. Cool. Let's go back to this. And we're going to do 6 of these this time. We're going to let that build up while we're working on some other stuff. And we'll come back to those in a minute and grab some more of the energetic alloy. So, with capacitors, we've got these basic ones. Let's go ahead and pull them out. Let's get, I don't know, about that many because I'm out of tubes. I can go get those other electron tubes, but it's not that big a deal. So we're going to steal this working position right quick. And we're going to pop these here and here. And then we're going to put these guys to the sides. And what goes in the middle when you're making one of these is the electron tubes. So if we put these in right here, we can pull out a few of these electron tubes, or these capacitors, not electron tubes. So what's the advantage of these? Well, if you look on any of the devices that come from Ender IO, you'll see that there's a little slot here that's shaped like one of these capacitors. And if you read this, this increases the storage speed and range of these machines. So right now this stores 100,000 RF and it runs at a max of 20 RF per tick. If I pop this in there, it now stores 200,000 RF, but consumes 60 RF a tick. But also watch the speed. The speed gets considerably faster now. It's going to pump out these alloys much quicker. The same thing can be said for the sag mill. The sag mill now works at a much faster operating speed. So these are speed up upgrades for these machines. Now, in turn, from doing this, you're also causing yourself to use a lot more power. So you've got to be careful to make sure that you can keep up with this. So now with that done, I'm going to reach back in here and grab these to take with us. Let's go get a couple of octadics done. And we'll start to really see the power of these speed upgrades. So, we're going to go back over here. Alright, we're going to make a couple more of these. And we're going to make a couple more of these. There we go. So we got 2 more of those made. Cool. Let's split those the same place those last ones were. And this time let's swap in some vibrant alloys. And we'll swap out the electron tubes for these. And we really want as many of these as we can get. So we'll probably, I'm going to continue to make more of these. But for now I'm just going to make this one. So this one octadic capacitor will take this even to the next level. So 60 RF a tick, 200,000. You can kind of see how fast it's moving. Pop this bad boy in place and it moves now. It's going quick. But it's now using 100 RF a tick. And it now holds 500,000 RF. So that's freaking awesome. We can now pump these alloys out at a much higher rate. Electron tubes are not the problem. Generally, the biggest thing that starts to become a problem with creating all of this is your ability to keep up with the basic capacitor production due to running out of signalum. But if you can keep up with that, which really it's not that hard to keep up with, you'll be doing fine. So let's put the electron tube back in, put these back in here, and pull out this. Now these things are used in a lot of other recipes as well. So they're used to make the capacitor bank. If I had 4 of these, I could make a 5 million RF capacitor bank with some electron steel and a redstone block. They're used in jet packs. They're used in laser drill prechargers, double capacitor packs, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so the QED, and the same thing, so redstone energy cells, the same thing is true for the octadic. It's used in quite a few of the higher end recipes. The wireless charger, the 25 million RF storage. So these things are going to be, we're going to continue to use these throughout our advancement pattern. But right now, the main reason I want them is to get those current generations of machines moving at their, absolute maximum capacity. So let's take that back over there, and we're going to call that done on those. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is, pull this back out. There we go. So we got 2 of these back for now, and this guy is moving as well. And he's chewing through flint, and he's keeping this stuff backed up. Now, here's a cool fun trick. My ender pouch is now connected to something. I'm going to grab all of the iron that I can hold out of here. What's going on, Katy Perry? And we're going to stick it into our ender pouch. And then I'm going to grab the stuff that I just stuck in there back out right quick because I need it. And it all went into my, I knew I had F7 on. It all went into my smeltery. I've redone my smeltery and I'm still kind of toying with this. But now I've got tons of iron ore being smelted up and being poured out into ingots. So once I break everything down and get it duplicated, it's going to just flow. I can toss it straight into that chest and get it all smelted into ingots and have to make use of it. So that's nice. Now, while I was working in this chest, if you looked in the upper left-hand corner, you'll have noticed that we have started a soul binder. A soul binder takes 4 solarium, the machine chassis, which we made yesterday, and 1 of each of the mob heads in the world. Soul binders are used to make primarily powered spawners and mob traps, which is what I'm going to be using it for later. for now, we're just going to set it down here, and I just wanted to get it made and knocked out so I could start making use of it at a later time. More importantly was the heads. I made a special tool just to get the heads in the form of a cleaver. This cleaver I made out of magic wood, as usual, but I didn't do the same normal upgrades that I do. This is not an indestructible cleaver. Instead, this is a 100% beheading cleaver with luck 3, a bit of sharpness, and I've added a flux capacitor to it so that it runs off of RF rather than durability. And the reasoning for that is because I always keep this capacitor on me that can output power to this sword. So as I'm attacking with it, as long as this is active, it's automatically recovering its durability. So it's virtually indestructible as long as I don't run out of power on this. It has a 100% chance to behead any mobs I come into contact with. And it also does looting 3, giving me max loot off of them. This sword still has 3 technical upgrades left if I do the Nether Star, but the 2 usual upgrades that we do on any tool are still available. So it's going to get more powerful. So that's really awesome. The last thing I want to talk about in Ender IO for right now is going to be rocket fuel. Now, last time we made the vat, and I've got my vat sitting here, and we made a bunch of hooch. And I've put the hooch back into the vat. So at this point, I'm ready to start working on some rocket fuel. And for rocket fuel, you mix hooch, redstone, and gunpowder together. And it's going to start puffing just like last time, and the other tank is now going to fill up with rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is the component that we need to be able to get plastic sheets, which will allow us to step into the next mod, MineFactory Reloaded. So to get my rocket fuel out, I'm going to once again reconfigure my machine. Now what I've done is I've set this side to pull hooch into the machine. I've disconnected water from the back. And I'm going to set the top now to be an output. It's going to push items out. So while we've got some hooch sitting right here in this tank, we're going to put this tank on top, and it's going to start to fill it up with hooch. With rocket fuel, I'm sorry. I do have my cyclic assembler set up and ready to go over here on this side, and that's what we're going to use to start making the plastic sheets. So let's come over here, and I've got a bucket somewhere. I just can't remember what I did with it. I think it's in this yellow bag right here. There's my bucket. Okay. So let's take our bucket. I'm going to scoop out 1 bucket of rocket fuel for right now. And I'm just going to come over here, and we need to create the schematic, right? We always got to create a schematic to use a cyclic assembler. So let's put, this recipe is very specific. So plastic sheet right here. You need 4 compressed sawdust and 4 raw plastic with some rocket fuel. So how do you get compressed sawdust? Well, you take sawdust and put it in a circle, and you're going to get compressed sawdust. That's easy. To get raw plastic, you're going to cook up rubber. Cooking rubber will give you raw plastic. Sorry guys, just answering a question on my stream. I was told I lost someone on the soul binder. The soul binder will be used later to create some powered spawners. We're not using it right now. Alright, so let's get this rocket fuel put on here. And what was it again? I already forgot because I'm silly. There we go. Okay. So plastic in a cross. Sawdust. Rocket fuel. So that's the recipe for plastic sheets. So let's save it right here. Maybe. Oh, we got to put the schematic in there. There we go. Saved. All right, so now we've got our schematic. So if I pop this in, as always, it's going to make it. There we go. We've got our first set of plastic sheets. Let's get 1 more set of plastic sheets made. And we'll probably be making more and more of these later. But we're just going to move this over here for now. Pop the bucket in there and get them out. That's all I really need for the machines I want to work on right now. So we've got rocket fuel. We've got plastic sheets. And remember, rocket fuel can actually be used as a fuel source in the combustion generator from Ender IO. And I may look at messing with some of that down the road. So right here, I've already got the next spot set up where we're going to drop some plastic sheets in. And this is going to give us, it should be giving us, a harvester. Oh, I think it's the shears. The shears are, I need to use regular shears. Hang on. Let's pull this out. I should play some GTA 5. I've never looked at GTA 5 at all. In fact, I don't even own it, just to be honest with you. But I will take that into consideration if I ever decide to pick it up. So you cannot use steel shears when making a harvester. You've got to use iron. So simple machine harvester. You need a machine frame, which we've been making already in our assembly table. You need some Invar axes, which are just 3 Invar around some sticks. A couple of golden gears, a reception coil, and the plastic sheets. And there's our harvester. The next machine I want to make goes along with the harvester, and that's going to be a sludge boiler. Sludge boiler takes your typical furnace, which consists of 8 compressed cobble, 2 iron gears, another redstone reception coil, 2 plastic sheets, and a bucket. And with that, those are done. We're going to update our to-do list here. And the last thing on the to-do list before we begin discussing all this stuff that I made, you may say whatever you would like, Katy Perry, is we're going to add this tin upgrade to our harvester. Now, tin upgrade is just 3 tin with some raw plastic, a redstone on each side, and a gold nugget. And it gives us a radius increase of 2, and I will explain that shortly. Let's head downstairs real quick, and we're going to need some kind of power to go with us. So we're going to steal one of my generators from up here to take downstairs with us. Let's take this one right here. No, let's not take that one, actually. Let me put that one back. There we go. There's the power cable. All right, there we go. So let's take this culinary generator, because it's, it's fine to take that one. I still got a ton of toast on it, by the way. Pump all these up here right quick, and we'll take all this downstairs to get this set up. I cannot click that link right now. I am sorry, Katy Perry. I will check it out as soon as I'm done with this YouTube for a bit. Alright, so back here, what I want this harvester for is I want to be able to auto-harvest my cinder pearl field. So we want to set it down with the teeth facing the field. And then we want to give it some power. So let's get our culinary generator out right here. Pop that down. Put some burgers in there and let it start harvesting. Now this thing's going to power up, and at its base level, this machine will only harvest the 3x3 section of blocks in front of it. Okay? It's got power. I can't remember if I need to put a redstone switch on this or not. I never remember with these things. It drives me crazy. But let's go get one anyways. Now as this machine works, it's going to produce sludge. Oh, I know what it is. And as this machine works, it's going to automatically output whatever it picks up. So right now, it just harvested that 3x3 area. It put all the flowers right inside of its inside of this cache for us. Take it easy, Katie. I'll catch you next time. We've produced sludge. We have nothing we can do with that sludge at the moment. That's kind of bad for us. Sludge can kind of ruin our day. That's what the sludge boiler is for. But the sludge boiler is also kind of a nasty little device. While it has a very useful usage, I guess, for lack of a better term, it's also harmful. And I don't know if what I'm about to try is going to work, but I'm going to try it. So let's take and put some power out of this generator. I need another one of those, and I left them upstairs, I believe. So before I go upstairs and get that, this tin upgrade, the whole purpose of it is it goes right here on this harvester. And by slapping that in there, it can now harvest the entire field. So it's going to go through and it's going to pick up every single one of these cinder pearls. So all my cinder pearls have been harvested. And that's fantastic. We've got 200 cinder pearls inside of this cache right now, and we didn't do a thing. Now, we know that upstairs currently is where I do all of my processing of cinder pearls into... whoops, I crashed my game. Be right back, YouTube. Alright, guys. We are back, and at this point, after the crash, I just wanted to kind of come back, and I got the system put together, and I want to explain the system to you guys. This is a very simplistic system. What I mean by simplistic is I'm using only, really early stuff. We could make the system a lot better, and in fact, we will very quickly. So what we've got going on here is we've got our harvester hooked up. The harvester is harvesting the entire field. It's pumping the cinder pearls it harvests into this cache. Now for right now, the cache is not filling. It's actually about to start filling much faster than we can process them. But from the cache, we suck the items out using an item transfer node into the cyclic assembler. The cyclic assembler is running a blaze powder schematic to convert cinder pearls into blaze powder. Using another item transfer node, we're pulling things out of the cyclic assembler and into the compressor. And the compressor is ever so slowly turning them into blaze rods. Another transfer node sucks the blaze rods out and sticks them into this Steve's workshop. Now, this is one of many ways I could do this. I could have put another cyclic assembler here. I could get an auto crafting table to do this. But I wanted to experiment some with these Steve's workshop blocks, and I've already had some, so I just grabbed this and we turned it into an auto crafter. I did that using a few upgrades. The usual crafting table and extra storage upgrade you've seen before. It just makes it into a crafting table with an internal storage. I've also added an auto crafter, which is simply a piston with the usual blank upgrade, 4 cobblestone, and 3 wooden planks. So almost the same thing as a piston recipe. The production speed, which you can stack up to 6 of them on here, takes enhanced circuit boards, which come from our carpenter using bronze and redstone, and speed upgrades, which are simply blocks of redstone with golden nuggets and golden ingots. You get 4 per craft, put together to get a single production speed clocker. And then the final upgrade is I've gone ahead, I've already made one of these fuel efficiencies before, but I stacked 4 of them in there. And in case you don't remember the recipe for that, it's just furnaces, pistons, redstones, and iron ingots. I've also got an auto transfer in here, which is 6 gold ingots, 2 hoppers, and a blank pattern upgrade. And what this does is it allows us to select different things. So for example, we're powering this off of blaze rods, which we pull from this machine into the left-hand side. So right here you can see left-hand side, input is enabled. It is not an auto transfer at the moment. This is also true that input is enabled on the left-hand side for fuel. So it's going to suck a fuel rod in here every now and then for the fuel, and then the other fuel rods are going to go into the left-hand side for the auto crafter. Now on the auto crafter, we've also got a output for the auto crafting block selected. And if we come right here, it is auto transferred. What that means is when this pattern fills up, like it just did, it will auto craft a blaze lamp and it will be sucked out and pushed into the steam dynamo. So this steam dynamo is slowly filling with blaze lamps. We have a water transfer, liquid transfer node with the world interaction upgrade down here, transferring fluids in, and this powers the entire system. Now we can greatly speed this entire process up if we were to add some overclockers in here, but we don't have the technology to do that just yet. And unfortunately, the only way to use this to make blaze rods, is in the compressor. There's no other way to convert those blaze powders into blaze rods. We could set up a blaze farm, but this will end up becoming much better once we start getting some conduit and once we get the ability to add overclockers in here. Now, we also put together this sludge boiler. Now, the sludge boiler, when it's in operation, when it's cooking sludge, it will poison you and give you hunger. So you want to stay a 3x3 block radius away from it. But some of the things that it produces are sand, gravel, clay, dirt. See, I took on hunger and poison because it boiled some sludge. It also makes the coarse dirt, decaying wheat, mycelium, and a few other really cool things. So sludge boilers are a nice way to empty your tank from sludge. You could also just pump it into a liquid garbage can. So at this point, we now have a power loop going, and we're going to be creating these blaze lamps. And the problem is that I'm probably going to end up producing at some point more blaze lamps than I actually use, especially with having the cryo coils on here to increase its base fuel needs. I expect at some point that hopefully before we get to the point where that happens, we're going to get the opportunity to upgrade a lot of these parts and better perfect the system. The same kind of a setup could be used to begin harvesting the wheat and the soybeans and doing all the transfers over through these machines to create a culinary generator setup that could power this entire thing off of something like toast or hamburgers. And I'm sure I'm going to play with one of those in the future and get one of those set up and show you guys. But that's it for now. We completed our entire to-do list. We now have a renewable resource that's being crafted into production fuel for us which can technically power just about our entire base using these steam dynamos. So awesome there, and that's hopefully going to get us moving into even some more of the more advanced machines and that more high-powered stuff. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Hope you had a great holiday weekend. If you liked it, like it. If you'd like to see more like it, click that subscribe button. You guys be good to one another. I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Laters.